Qualified Dropouts is a good podcast.
Yeah, they talk about the realest shit, honestly.
Yeah. Which leads into the intro. Welcome back to
Qualified
the best
Dropouts.
podcast on the whole fucking internet. Qualified Dropouts. What's up? Episode 31. If y'all haven't checked out our previous episodes, y'all go watch me and Ian talk about real shit we wish we would have known when we were younger. It's kind of what our podcast is becoming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what line keeps on coming up in like my Discord and like my YouTube channel and stuff is it's like I keep on saying I wish I had myself when I needed myself when I was younger. And I think who talks about that a lot? Someone says that a lot. And it's stuck with me.
Alex Ramosi.
Does he? I thought it was someone else.
He just talks about he's like
I thought it was someone like Warren Buffett or something.
maybe. I mean, Warren Buffett was like super smart.
Yeah.
Like
But
you know what's crazy? Like he didn't have anybody really to like look up to. Like he just did it himself. He's like an OG.
yeah.
That's why all the kids and the entrepreneurs now can get successful so young because they have so many other people to listen to.
Yeah.
And back then, it took them their whole life basically because
Just to figure it out.
Because they had no one to relate to. They didn't know what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like people have it so that should lead in one thing we don't have to dive into it is if you don't start like working towards your dreams, you have more of a chance of being successful at a younger age today than you did back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's more competition, but there's more opportunity to make a lot more money when you're younger.
Yeah.
You just have to,
and there's more information.
yeah, like it's so much easier. There's
More
more
accessibility.
Yeah, it's just easier to become more successful
Mhm.
now. And I think people have it flipped around. Sometimes I have it flipped around. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I don't have what it takes. Like, I don't have what it takes, but I'm like, man, I'm not gonna ever do it because it's too saturated. But it's like, it's not true. It's a limiting belief right there. So,
Yeah.
um,
Did you see that viral clip that Sebastian Gurrigu put? He said, in your 20s, if you don't have a Lambo, you should be ashamed because it's $200,000 liquid in today's world is like very easy to do. Dude, it blew up. It got like
probably got so much hate.
dude, so much hate. It got 20 million like eyeballs to that name in 24 hours. He did the math for all the videos. And the thing is, that's just videos that also got posted by the Daily News on Yahoo and the Daily Mail and stuff like that. All on like the Google pages.
I would say that's still, I'm gonna be honest, 200K.
It's a
liquid,
bold statement.
That's a pretty bold statement.
Yeah, it's a bold statement.
If you're smart enough, and also, I mean, I think there's a form of you're in the right place at the right time and you're lucky in a sense. You could call that luck, but it's more of just like you had all the systems in place and you're at the right place at the right time, so you got really successful really quickly. But there still is like you could get lucky in the beginning in a sense, but you still have to learn how to manage it for like not just that month or that year. You have to manage it for 5 to 10 to 20 years. You have to learn how to keep making money. So,
yeah.
But I mean, that is a bold statement.
Yeah, it is.
Do I think it's possible? I don't think it's like, man, that's hard. That's kind of a.
I think it's very possible.
I think it is, but I mean,
the thing is,
I'm only 26. I got 4 more years. But, I mean, I guess I have like 4 more years left, so it wouldn't be.
I think you can do it, bro. We've
Yeah.
only been in business for a year and a half, 2 years now, or like on the internet.
Yeah, on the internet for like 2.
I mean,
Actually,
look at Alex Eubank, right?
Took
He's
him,
been
like-
on the internet now. This is his 4th year,
that's
and it took
crazy.
him 2.5 years to get to 30K because that's when him and Tina were gonna collab. And then that year, he did 7 figures.
Oh, him and Tina were supposed to collab?
Mm-hmm.
I
In
didn't know.
Maryland.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were DMing back and forth, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll be here. Like, let's film some content, get a YouTube video, stuff like that." Because this is when Tina was working out as well.
Mhm.
Tino didn't show, and he was like, after that workout, he never heard from him again because he was gaining like 20,000 followers a day.
That's crazy. Why didn't he show?
I don't know. I was talking to Tino about it in the hot tub the other night. I forgot what it was, why he didn't show up, but yeah,
Dang.
crazy. Like, if you just stay in the game long enough, then
You're going to win.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally no way you can't win and make, like, there literally is no way unless you're just too stupid to make adjustments in your life. Like, that's the only way is if you just keep doing the exact same thing you're doing now that is not seeing any growth or any change. So basically what you're doing now, if you aren't successful, keep doing that.
yeah.
That's crazy. But today we wanted to talk about the 6 lessons we wish we kind of knew and that we learned in our teens. Yeah. We're still in our 20s. So I know a lot of people do like in their 20s, but we're going to do in our teens because
a lot of our audience is younger. They're about to go into their 20s. And this is kind of why I said me and Ian like to be like, I wish we had us when we needed us when we were younger, because we've been through these stages of life and we've come out better on the other side. I mean, we're not living with our parents. We're not smoking weed and doing drugs and doing a bunch of stupid shit. I mean, we can live freely on our own schedule, do whatever we want. So take that as you will. You know, if you want to live a life of freedom, listen to us. But if you want to work for someone else, then our advice probably isn't the best for you, because we are completely not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's different, not everybody is not supposed to, we've talked about like entrepreneur and entrepreneur and everything. Basically, I think the moral thing or the thing I like to talk about too is just like enjoy what you're doing and like go and do your dreams. Like if it's your dream, then just do it. Don't feel like you can't do it because of a limiting belief. But we'll dive into, you want to go first or me?
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. And also this isn't about like me and Ian also, we want to start making this podcast more about life in general to cover more areas and not just business, because business does basically directly revolve around life. So if you have a good head on your shoulders with just how life really works, and you'll be better in business. So yeah, let's start. First thing for me on life lessons that I wish I would have learned as a teenager is, and this is, a lot of these are going to be harsh realities as well. So the first one for me is the friend group that you hang out with in high school will most likely not make it with you till the end. You may have 1 or 2 friends in your teenage years that y'all keep up with, but the thing is through your teenage years and 20s, y'all are going to be growing a lot. Y'all are going to be losing friends, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, the friends that you do lose, they're going to be replaced by better people to make a bigger impact on your life. So when you do lose friends, don't cry about it. A lot of people are like, oh, I wish I still had these friends and this and that, but you also have to realize they did leave your life for a specific reason, because you can't force relationships. That's a bad thing to do. Relationships should come naturally, and you shouldn't force it. So if you are forcing a relationship, one person's calling way more than the other, or and vice versa, then that person just really shouldn't be in your life anyway. And I kind of get this harsh reality every time I do go back to my hometown, because there are people I want to call and hit up, and like I'll hit them up or call them, and like sometimes I won't even get a text back from these people, and it's like, damn, I guess they're not in my life anymore. Yeah,
dang.
Still this day.
Yeah, so there's I think now I just know who are my like real friends. Yeah. So I actually don't even care I don't hit up anybody, except for my real friends who've actually like supported me the whole way. And like I have a couple, and I hung out with them. But besides that, like, you know, you'll get people to be like, yo, you're coming back to town. We need to hang out. And it's like, you're just, I don't know, just irrelevant, because it's like before you weren't like that. You're just want to because of what I'm doing with my life, so you want to know me.
Yeah, just more of a
and that's not cocky either. Like, it's not at all. I think some people might come across cocky, but like people, when you start doing more with your life and you're doing something different than everybody else, more people want to be your friends because you're different. Like, you're cool. Like, you're doing things that like are really impressive. So people are like, it's a status thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I know. I mean, talk like who's the coolest celebrity you've ever met or you're a friend with, right? You're going to be like, oh, I'm friends with this person. Like, everybody does it, right? Like, oh, I know this guy. I've met this guy. I've hung out with him. It's like a status thing. So, yeah. So, like, I think, the friends you have when you're in your teens, most of them, you're probably not going to be friends with them after you go to college. Yeah. And then if you do go to college, obviously, but I just use it as like a term, time term. But, yeah, you have a couple though. I have a couple friends that will be lifers. Like, they'll be in my wedding for sure. Like, I already know they are, and we don't really talk a crazy amount. That's how you know, though.
Yeah.
It's like if you
I
don't
was about to
talk a
bring that
crazy
up.
amount with them, but you still, like, they want to, like, you update how life's been because they moved across the country or whatever. That's, like, your real friend, and they support you. That's it. So.
Yeah. You know the real friends are the ones where you say, hey, what's up? They say, what's up? And then y'all pick up on where you left off from the last time y'all saw. Those are kind of the real friends you know. If y'all kind of
It's almost as if, like, you didn't.
Y'all didn't, like,
skip a
leave.
beat at
Yeah,
all.
y'all
It's
didn't
not
skip a
like
beat,
you're
yeah.
like you guys are just the same person. With
Yeah,
them.
and if you kind of have to, like, almost force a conversation and, like, force small talk, that's kind of a direct indication of, like, y'all probably are not really going to make it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to keep every relationship in your life.
Yeah.
It's better to have, you know, a small group of friends than a large group of friends than half-ass those relationships. That's what I like to say.
Yep. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to mine. I think we covered that one pretty well.
Yeah.
Mine is the girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever you're dating right now will not be the person you marry. I learned that. Yes, it's important to, you know, keep the relationship healthy and build with it, you know, if you're in a relationship now. But as a teenager, you still have a lot to learn and a lot to go through. And there's a point, I mean, you guys are still, like, in a developing stage, especially after high school. That's when, like, you guys start making really big decisions. Do I move here? Do I experiment this? Do I try this? You know, do I move out of the state? Do I move out of the city? Like, there's so many opportunities for you to just, both of you guys, to depart in many different ways, and that's okay. Like, it sucks, and you guys can try long distance, but I'm going to just be real. At 9 times out of 10, you will probably not date the girl you're dating. I mean, marry the girl you're dating right now if you're in your teens.
Mm-hmm.
I know
one couple. And it's a sham. I'll tell you guys what. It is a sham.
I know two people out of everybody that I know and everybody that from my hometown who said they were going to marry this person.
Yeah.
I know 2 people that got married that were dating in their teens.
Yeah.
But besides that, once you leave, like, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's one couple from my high school that, well, they're not married yet. They are engaged. Ah, man. And it's a sham, bro. Like, they've cheated on each other multiple times, and it's like, it's almost like, it kind of like we talked about with Ryan, dude, last week. It's almost like they're doing it for social media now because they've been with it, and it's like, man, that is so unhealthy to live that way. So unhealthy.
Yeah. If you're unhappy in your relationship, leave and move to another city. If anything, you'll meet another person, and I guarantee you won't. It'll be the most freeing thing you've ever done.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard at first, but once you do it, leave, and you'll be the most freeing thing you've ever done. But yeah, that person will not be the person you marry. 9 times out of 10. There are some people. I'll give you that. But
I agree.
That's besides that.
That's Again, these are the harsh truths of the teenage years. And I mean, bro, everyone has a high school sweetheart, man.
This is our personal experience.
Yeah, everyone I dated a girl for 6 years, bro. I dated her from 14 to, well, it was like 5.5. 14 to 19.5. I thought I was going to marry her, sure. But, man, looking back on that, bro, she would not have fit in my life today. Yeah. No chance. Yeah. Absolutely, she was clingy. She always wanted to be around me. She was texting me all the time. She was really straying me away. Like, she was kind of bossy in a way. Like, it wouldn't have worked, right? So, and the thing is, she grew in a different way. I grew in a different way, and that's perfectly fine. So, if you sincerely like the girl you're with right now, that's great. Keep on dating her. But I would not, don't be shocked if she ends up going a different route or you end up going a different route and y'all split each other.
Or this. How about this? Stay in the relationship, build it healthy, but don't give up or pass up on an opportunity if it means you have to leave that person.
Yeah.
You're young, you should. Meaning you don't break up with them because you found another girl.
Exactly.
Meaning you move out of the city because maybe you got a great connection, or move out of the state because you have an opportunity or a dream that you want to pursue, and that person really wants to be with you and loves you and everything. They will either do long distance with you or go with you. In today's world, it is so easy to do long distance and everything like that because you have so much, like, you can travel so quickly now and do things instantly. So
Yeah.
That's it. Don't pass up on opportunities because of a girlfriend
Yeah.
or a boyfriend. So
Yeah. But however, me and Ian are not saying don't date anyone I think it's very important for everyone to
you'll
date.
learn.
Yeah.
You'll have
It's
your first
dude,
love,
relationships are
biggest
some
heartbreak.
of the like especially men, dude. Men need to go through heartbreak. If they don't go through heartbreak, then they don't really feel like they need to get better in a way.
Yeah.
Like every heartbreak I went through, bro, man, something drastically changed.
It is funny because it's like that concept could be carried over to so many different parts of your life where it's like, it's not even just like you have to get in a relationship and get heartbreak. It's the fact that you have to go through some hard shit to become better. Like you literally take that same concept when you want to apply to business or you apply to growing something. You have to go through hard shit and then you're going to become better. Because if you don't go through hard shit, you won't really understand what's going on. You'll just won't even appreciate it. So,
Yeah.
And you won't like level up. So same thing. But next one.
Oh, yeah, next one. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Next one for me is health. So this is going to be definitely tailored to more of the younger audience, like 15, 16, 17, because, man, the amount of times we were like, am I too young to work out? Is this going to ruin my height? Don't know why that's even a question. And they ask about working out. Guys, when you're young, dude, get as jacked as humanly possible. You need to establish the habits of being healthy and being fit at a young age, because when you're older, 30, 35, you're going to have a lot more on your plate. And I'm going to be honest. If you're fat and you're 30 years old, you're not going to get a cute wife. Seriously. And if you do, there's a very, 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 or you have a lot of money, yeah. But, man, you need to start building your future physical self as early as possible, because also when you do get a wife and kids and stuff like that when you're older, you want your kids to look up to you in almost like a heroic way. You don't want to be some fat slob and, you know, your wife to be fat as well. Y'all both want to be fit together so you guys can prove to your children that, like, yes, like, you need to go this route, you need to be healthy and stuff like that. So health when you're young is very, very important. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I don't really care if your parents say it's not important. I'm telling you it is important. Please respect your parents by all means. But if they say you can't do push-ups in your room at night, then lock your door and do them without them knowing. I don't care if that comes off harsh, but I can't express that enough, how important your health actually is when you're young. Go ahead.
That's all.
Did I cover it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's super important to just
Yeah.
get in really, really good shape. Your confidence can go up, discipline, everything like that. So, yeah, no, I mean that covers basically all of it. It's always gonna be important, and if you can handle it now, and like actually start a solid foundation and consistency, it's just gonna carry over to everywhere else because you're never gonna want to degress in that area of your life. So.
And also, I would argue real quick that the ones who say their parents don't want you to work out, I would argue that 100% of you guys are actually lying.
Oh, that's a lie.
You just want me to say something to you guys that is going to make y'all feel better. But I can almost 100% guarantee you, all of y'all's parents want y'all to be in good shape.
Yeah,
for them to say that y'all shouldn't work out is just a lie.
They want you to get outside and do something. They don't want you behind a screen.
Exactly.
Like they grew up in a different generation. I doubt they say don't work out. There's no way, no chance. My parents never, like, I've just never heard of that actually. Yeah. So
I hear about it a lot, and I think it's an excuse. I don't think
they probably say
they may have said you're too young to go to the gym. Sure, that's fine. That doesn't mean you can't get bands, you can't get a pull-up bar, you can't get dumbbells, stuff like that at home. And this stuff's cheap, guys. You go to Walmart, you can spend $40 and get all this stuff.
Yeah, that's
Not
true.
kidding.
That is true. So, I agree. That is crazy that people use that excuse. Actually, I didn't know that. I've never heard of that.
So, my advice:
going to the gym, you can't be 15 and go. You have to have like a legal guardian and stuff. And
you have to be at least 16.
Yeah,
at least in the U.S.
Yeah. So, but besides that, you have no excuse.
Yeah.
But next one.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, next one. I think this is important. Don't be in a rush. I think too many people, especially in their teens, and even myself, I thought I had to like go fast with everything, and like everything had to happen instantly. That's not that's not how it works. Like that's you don't be in a rush. Like slow down. Like enjoy everything that's going on right now. Slow down. Think what you want to do in your future. Kind of just go through the motions in a sense, but personal development is important. Work on fixing yourself, but just don't be in a rush. Like don't think that if you hit 19 and you're not in college, or you're in 20 and you're not in college yet, or you aren't graduated, you're not as far as everybody else is, or whatever you think is happening, that you're already behind and you have to catch up. That's not it. I didn't know what I was doing until I was like 24, and I don't even have a degree. And I went to school for a long ass time, and I kept switching what I wanted to do. Like I wasted a lot of money, went to school, was going to be a nurse, didn't want to be a nurse, was going to do finance, I want to do finance, was going to, I actually at first wanted to be a chiropractor too. Didn't do that. Like you just constantly switch what you want to do. So don't be in a rush, go with the motion. That's it.
Yeah.
That kind of leads to my third one, but.
Yeah, real quick, because I think a lot of people will confuse this with a lot of stuff I say, because I say success like speed. However, that is completely opposite of what Ian is talking about. When I say success likes speed, I am meeting it in the sense of whatever you want to do, whatever goal you're trying to do, you need to start establishing those habits immediately and not sleeping on it every single day. That is what I mean by success like speed, and you need to take action immediately, because if you keep on sleeping those days around, that's not like personal developing. That's just you being a fucking lazy sack of shit, like, to tell you the truth. What Ian is saying is once you have established those habits in whatever you're trying to accomplish, it's okay if it takes longer than expected. Like, that's expected, honestly.
There is no time frame on
exactly.
There is no time. There's not a certain age you need to be done by certain things. There's not a certain time frame thing. There's no time on how long it takes to get tasks done or goals achieved. There is none. You have no idea what's going to happen in your life. You don't know who's going to pass away in your family. You don't know what's troubles is going to come up. You just have to have a foundation of what you need to do every day and just stick to it, and that's it. Success might come early. Success might take 10 years. We don't know. That's the thing. It's the unknown. So don't place these limiting barriers of, okay, this has to be at this certain time where I'm a failure. That's just so unrealistic, because you don't know what's going to happen in the market or in the world or around you or your family or anything in your life.
We now live in a world where everything is very instant. You got TikTok saying, this is how you make this money in 30 days. This is how you do this. This is how you get rich and stuff like that. And it's like, y'all need to understand something. Even me and Ian do it as well. This is for content creators to bring in attention. Yeah. It does not mean that if you don't do this in 30 days, you're deemed a failure. It doesn't mean that at all. It means there is a possibility of you gaining everything in 30 days, and there is still a very small percentage of it actually happening and working. Yeah. You still have to get, I like to say, you still have to be in the right place at the right time in order to do that.
That used to discourage me, because I'd see other people doing things like that.
It would discourage me too.
I'm like, why am I not? I'm doing everything and I'm not there yet. And it's that instant gratification, because I see other people do it, right? And so all these people who have these programs make 10K per month in this amount of days, blah blah blah. It's yes, is there a method to it? 100%. Is there a highly chance that you're pretty much following probably 80 to 90% of it? 100%. Was there one person they probably coached that went from 0 to 10K in 30 days because they implemented everything? Yes. That's why they market it. They had one person. Exactly. Doesn't mean they had 100. Exactly. They had one, and they said, well, it's possible if they follow this. And the reason why a lot of the times that person got to that level, again, I think also some people, are really, really good, so they just know how to make adjustments quickly. It's not always just luck. But it's there at the right place at the right time, posting the right things, and everything just aligned. So they instantly got everybody's views and everything. Yeah. But that's the only case. So don't get discouraged if you're not making a certain amount or you're not achieving something, however it's marketed to you, because that just means that they got one person. Doesn't mean they got 100. Yeah. And it's possible, but it's still right.
And it's not it's not bad marketing. It's not false advertising. It's not any of that, guys. It's honestly good marketing because it drew you in. But it
shouldn't be your expectation.
Happened, dude, it happened with us last year. We got sold on something we were definitely going to make in 1 year, and we didn't hit that, and it was very discouraging, but that's a lesson we learned.
But we realized that it's also not always realistic.
Yeah.
There is a point where, like, you have to know what you need to change in yourself first forever to make a certain amount of money. You have to learn how to make that money and be able to manage that money too. And I think it's all, like, comes down to learning. Like, I think some people who make that much per month, they've probably already done that in the past, or they've done it somewhere else in there. Yep. They've always had a lot of money or whatever. So they just knew how to manage, and their limiting beliefs were higher than ours, if that makes sense. Like, it was, we were just smaller minded. But yeah, so don't let it like discourage you because you're not doing, maybe, like, time doesn't depict when you'll make something or become successful. There is no, like, oh, at this day you'll make this much. It's like, you don't know what's going to happen. You have no idea. So don't be in a rush. Learn every single day, follow daily habits, and repeat that process. And I guarantee you, in 5 to 10 years from now, which sounds like a long time, but it's actually not.
That's not.
I remember when I was 16. Now I'm already 10 years. I'm a decade past 16.
That's crazy. Because when I was talking about this, I'm like, dude, we should do something like teenagers, because when I'm only 7 years ago when I turned 16, but it's like, dude,
I'm a decade.
Even from the age of 21 to 23, it feels like I lived a couple lives.
Dude, I feel like from 24 to 26, I think I have lived more in my life than I have from birth till 24 years old. I feel like I've experienced so much more. It's crazy.
Yeah. Fifth lesson of, well, I guess this isn't something I wish I would have known. This is honestly just a lesson I learned, is the opinions of others in your teenage years really doesn't matter because, again, you're never going to see them in your life ever after your hometown. Like, for example, let's say you do something really embarrassing, right? I can think of tons of examples, but they're all pretty sexual, like in my high school, that I don't want to say. But let's, for example, something crazy happens, it spreads over the school, and you think your life is over. I can 100% guarantee you guys that when you do graduate high school, one, no one's really going to remember about it, and two, everyone's just going to have a funny story to tell. You're still not going to get poked fun at and stuff like that. And this can be, actually, I do have a good example. And it's not sexual. So one of my buddies, his rapper name is White Sosa. I actually still contact him every now and then. And he got bashed in high school. Me and him would actually sometimes play basketball after school. I never poked fun at him because, no, I didn't really like his music, but I'm like, dude, like, fucking run that shit, dude. That's awesome.
You got to respect the grind. If somebody's grinding, you have to respect it no matter what. If you hate on it, you're just a loser yourself.
Yeah, and most of y'all that are watching this probably are on a specific grind, and y'all probably do have people that are hating on you, but it's fine, bro. Like, brush that shit off. Like,
even people I don't like, I will still say I respect the grind and what they're doing because I understand how hard it is as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we would shoot basketball, and because I used to play basketball in high school, and he wasn't very good at basketball either, but he wanted to be a rapper and on the basketball team. I would never tell him, you're never going to make the basketball team, even though, like, he could barely make a left-hand layup. Like, he just wasn't very good. But he would tell me about his rap career and, like, people, doubting him, and it's, like, it's crazy because now I, like, kind of see it because it happened to me when I first started, but, like, dude, the amount of self-doubt he had growing up and, like, people shitting on him at football games and basketball games saying, like, oh, like, when are you going to drop your next mixtape and stuff like that, like, clowning him. Dude, now, like, he has a song that has over, like, 45 million on Spotify, and, like, all of his other songs are, like, millions and millions of views. Really? Yeah, he has a couple C8s. Like, he travels around the world and does shows, and it's, like, the thing is, like, those opinions of those in high school, like, it doesn't matter because now they're like, oh, I actually went to high school with him instead of, oh, he was some shitty SoundCloud rapper, right? Yeah.
And that turns into kind of what I was talking about earlier is like they know you now. Now they're like, oh, look, I know him. I went to school with him. They want their own status because they have nothing else. They've never done anything else in their life. So they're just like trying to, I don't know, gain status from your own status, which is kind of funny. But that's crazy. I didn't know that. That's actually really cool. Good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you don't know what's going to happen. And the reason why people clown you is because you haven't done anything yet to prove why you shouldn't be clowned in a sense.
Yeah. It's actually kind of crazy because we kind of blew up at the same time. So, or he blew up actually like a year and a half before me. But when I started on YouTube, it's probably in one of my old powerlifting videos, but he was actually going to be in a YouTube video with me because he had a show in Knoxville and he was going to do his show and we were going to work out the next day. We didn't end up doing it. I don't know what happened, but we didn't end up doing it. But I was like, this guy could help me grow and I could also get him in the gym. I think this would be a really cool opportunity for us because I would promote his music on my YouTube videos. And we would text back and forth saying like, dude, like just don't quit. Like you got this. And I would tell him like, dude, like keep doing shows. Like, and I was trying to actually book him a lot of shows in Knoxville because I'm like, dude, like you could sell out some stuff in Knoxville if we had enough hype. Because the house we had in Knoxville was like a party house. And I'm like, dude, like I could get you fans. Like I can get a lot of people there. But yeah, he ended up doing one show in Knoxville. It was okay. But we didn't end up training. But yeah, it's kind of cool because now he's really, really big. But he never let the opinions of others get to him on his pathway to success. And that's why I tell you guys when you're younger, yeah, it probably sucks in the moment if they're saying like you're, terrible at what you do, whatever. But man, there's so much to life, bro. I would not let it discourage you because if you do, you're going to resent yourself for the rest of your life if you would have quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because of some fat whale that's telling you off that doesn't even know what she's doing with her life. Because most of the time, that's what it is, bro. Most people that do clown you, they're not shit. And it's just a direct insecurement of themselves.
It's true. I mean, you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere and just accept that you're going to suck. And then eventually you're going to be the greatest. Like, that's it. So
that's what Layla was talking about on her pod. What was it? It was the 6 life lessons in her 20s. And she was like, the thing is when I went into this, like I knew I was going to suck, but I just wanted to suck less. Yeah. And then eventually I became a master and now I teach people how to suck less.
Yeah, no, and that's there's like no other better way to say it than it's just going to like, you're going to hear it all the time. You always hear entrepreneurs, like people say, you just got to start. You just got to do it. You're going to suck in the beginning. You just have to, block out the haters. But it's like, it's so true. And I think a lot of people will hear it and it goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
Like you need to listen to this. There is no other secret. There is no other tip. Listen to this and understand you're going to suck in the beginning. You're not going to know what to do. Your content's going to suck. You talking from the camera is going to be awkward. You doing whatever. Your business is going to suck. It's going to have horrible flaws. That is okay. Because if you came out perfect and you had the best model and everything, you should be a millionaire right now. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be because there's levels to it. So
and me and Ian aren't masters yet either. That's why I think this podcast is so relatable to so many people because
we suck.
We still suck. We're just trying to
suck
less.
A little less.
Yeah, we're still in the sucking stages. Dude, by the time we're 30, we probably won't be in the sucking stages, but
yeah.
I mean, we don't have any other path in life that we want to go. So the only path we really chose.
Yeah, why would I want to
our goal is just to suck less and teach you guys how to suck less. But trust me, we're still in the sucking stages.
We are. That is true. I mean, it's just real. It's just real.
Yeah.
So, but my last one, it kind of ties with the last one I talked about. Was like be patient in a sense. Don't be in a rush. It's going to be, you don't have to have your whole life figured out yet. You're still in your teens. You don't need to know what career you want to do. You don't need to know what, like, where you want to live. You don't need to know what car you should be driving. You don't need to know anything. You don't. You have no idea what's going to happen. The only thing you should focus on is your dreams and what you want to do at that very moment and what you want to try. What do you want to, I don't like saying try, but what you want to experiment with.
Yeah. Experience. Yeah.
Yeah. What you want to get an experience from. Yeah, honestly,
exactly.
Like, if you want to try drop shipping, do it for 6 months.
You don't like it, you hate it, okay, cool.
Move on to the next
You have
thing.
experience from Shopify, which is really powerful in today's world.
Learning how to build a website,
Yeah.
learning how to post content, learning how to market yourself, run an ad.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to run ads still. I actually am about to
Yeah.
start, but I don't know how to do that. I'm going to suck. I'm probably going to waste a little bit of money. I might get a quick turnover rate. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable in the fact of like how to create content and copy now, but I still suck. That's okay. You have to, but the experience, running ads may not do my business or anything I want to do worth a shit. It might just be horrible, but the fact that I get to learn how to run an ad might benefit me 10 years from now.
Yeah.
When solely the only way you can get, who knows what's going to happen. Maybe the only way you can get leads is through ads because of where the world's going. You're paying for, like, soon we'll be paying everything for audience. Maybe there won't be a free platform at all. I mean, I doubt that.
Yeah.
But maybe it'll just be so crazy that you have to find your way to like stick out. So there's just experiences and lessons you can learn just through doing the simplest things and trying to work towards something. Because if you know how to build a business or a website or anything like that, even if you failed at it, you carry that skill over to the next idea and then the next idea. And then you may try 10 different things, but now you have 10 experiences of doing whatever. Now you put into this one business and boom.
Yeah.
100K per month business right there because you have all these experiences building up. So don't understand, and don't think you have to have it figured out yet. All you need to know is what your next move is and just go all in on it and don't give up until you actually, like, you have to mentally be like, okay, I genuinely don't want to do this for the next 5 years. Like, that's it. Then you try the next thing. That's when you'll know. Yeah. So the first thing you try is I tried to do stock trading, day trading. That was my first side hustle I kind of tried. I studied for about, it was like in between 4 to 6 months. And then I tried it for about 2 to 3 months. So it was like 3/4 of a year, just purely learning how to day trade and like doing that. It was too emotional for me. I could never get over that. I realized one of my flaws is like, I get emotionally invested very easily, and my emotions take over. It's something I need to work on. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I really don't want to do this. It's too stressful. I don't have the funds and the freedom to do it yet. It was just too much startup for me, and it just wasn't fun. Like, it's a cool thing. I think you can definitely do it. There's people that are smart enough to do it, and people make a lot of freaking money. But then I was like, yeah, that's just not for me. I like fitness a lot more. So I stopped that, but I did learn how to organize my days, how to study, how to set up freaking the stock market. I learned how to organize myself and like actually work and grind on something and actually like put in effort. And it carries over to my current business. So whenever I did this, I was like, oh, I just put that same mentality where I just study or do this every single day. And if I like it, it's going to pop off. Yep. And well, I got lucky. I didn't get lucky, but it worked. Yeah. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Dude, the whole thing with, like, I don't know what it is, but, and this was kind of me when I was 16, is I'm like, I'm going to have the shop, I'm going to have it for a very long time, and then stick with it, and then I'll make a lot of money. But it's like, dude, when you're young, you need to try and experience as many things as possible. Like, for example, I know a lot of you guys are still, like, in the space of, like, I don't have a company, I don't even know what to do, like, I don't even know how social media works. Like, that's fine. But you can still try other jobs. Try serving at a Chili's or something like that, right? Some low end, see if you like that. If it sucks, okay, cool.
Swap different jobs. Go get a freaking county job or go, like, learn a new skill from something. Like, just go on Indeed and look for other jobs and constantly swap jobs if you have to. Like, it's not bad to.
Because I'll tell you one thing right now. The best job I had when I was younger was serving at a high-end restaurant. And I'll tell you why. I learned how people with a lot of money operate. I learned their manners. I learned how they talked. I learned how they dress. And I use that in today's world when I talk with people in meetings, when I go on business trips and stuff like that. Because there's a very specific way people of value talk to other people of value. And I wouldn't have learned how to do that if I didn't have that job. Or I probably would know now. But it's a good thing I did learn that, because I would have looked like a scrub that wouldn't know what he was doing if I wouldn't have gotten that experience. And vice versa. You know, I've also worked in like retail stores of like selling clothes and shit. And it's like, I didn't like that at all. You know, I eventually learned I was more of a people person compared to I guess like a not people person. I don't know what the other one would be, but
just selling products.
Yeah, just selling products. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why, ultimately that's why I became a content creator. Is I knew I wanted to help a large majority of people. And I mean, Ian can relate to me on this. We didn't want to be very, I guess, like closed in with ourselves. We wanted to be very open. We wanted to be very vocal about what we believe in and stuff like that. And we wouldn't have learned that if we wouldn't have gone through all of these experiences in our teens and 20s. And I think it's very important to go through a lot of experiences when you're young because, again, when you're older, just life in general, man, when you're older, like, history repeats itself. And when you get older, just something in our biology, we want to settle down, have a family, have kids and stuff like that. So it's really good to experience when you're young because when you're older, it's going to be harder to experience that because, you know, you're going to have a lot more things on your plate.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think that wraps us up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a good one. Hope you guys pulled a lot of value from this. Hope this were at least related to you guys a little bit, or you at least got one of these topics and you could really, really utilize. So we appreciate the support and everything this month. I just want to say thank you. I think we've received the most downloads this 1 month than we did all of last year.
Yeah.
To me, that's crazy. So
yeah guys, make sure I know we're doing very well on Spotify, but if y'all want to see the visual version of this, we are on YouTube as well. But yeah,
so
just
I don't want to brag about numbers, but I just want to say thank you because it's really, really cool to see that growth. And also the reason why I want to bring that up is it takes time to grow things. And we were pulling like 5 downloads a month or something in the beginning. Like zero, we didn't see any return, no support, but we didn't care.
Now we 140x'd it.
Like now, like this month alone, I think we've had 12 to 1,400 downloads or something like some ridiculous amount. It was crazy. Like I was like, holy crap. But like that's the whole point is that it took us, we started at like, we started a while ago.
Yeah.
We're on 30 episodes. That means 30 weeks. And we've only posted now 3 this week. So it took us 25 to 27 episodes to actually get that many downloads, which is 25 to 27 weeks to do that. But that's like it's just, you're going to see no return in the beginning. People are going to make fun of you. A lot of people made fun of us for the podcast.
It's true, dude.
And we're already living a life that some people look up to, but they like made fun of it. Like that's just it. Now I think some people are like, oh, you have a podcast? Oh, you have that many episodes? Oh, that's pretty cool. Like that's awesome. It's called that. So like you get respect throughout time. So I just want to bring that up to let you guys know we're still, even as far as we have come, we still experience the same things. We just know we want in life and we're confident in ourselves. So go get after it. Go do what you want to do. Be confident and make some fucking money.
Yeah, guys, we will talk to y'all next week. Make sure to share this with your best friends, someone you're trying to get massively successful with, and we'll catch y'all next week on the tripod.
Peace.